Good afternoon, or as a cool, grey and overcast day. It is Wednesday the 2nd of November. I've got a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to continue unboxing. So this is what I've got in here, and I've already pulled out and had a look at. I've done an unboxing of Hard City. And this is a game from Osprey Games, so the other book must also be a game from Osprey Games. So Jackals, Travellers on the War Road by J-M DeFoggi is the latest, or I think it's the second supplement for Jackals, Bronze Age Fantasy Roleplaying, which uses the D100 open quest mechanics, I believe, and essentially presents a fantastical version of basically the Middle East, Eastern Mediterranean societies attempting to build, but be beset by the evils of the empire, which they sort of like got together and overthrew. So, Jackals of the Travels of the War Road is a supplement exploring the regions of the Saharates and the cultures established in Jackals. It expands the lore for each of the four cultures introduced in the core book: Luathi, Goa, Melkoni, and Troaj, I don't know, describing their various tribes, clans, and city-states, their beliefs, strongholds, and day-to-day lives, adding more nuance and depth to the world and giving players more ways to personalise their characters. New rights, virtues, and talents provide further customisation options, while adventure hooks scattered throughout the book hint at new menaces to be battled, new challenges to be overcome, and new glories to be won. So this is a setting supplement for the game. So we open up with just flip through these pages, and we have a very bloody first piece of artwork, and full list of contents. And the setup for Jackals is that society has problems that it cannot deal with, but there are those brave enough to deal with them, but at the same time, in doing so, it sets them apart. It makes them not necessarily to be trusted, not part of society per se, because they've been out and dealt with, they've faced evil which the society couldn't deal with. So here we have a map of the Saharates. So as you can see, it looks vaguely like the Middle East. It's an introduction, nice full cut artwork. I've got news for new rights, adding those during character creation, and then we get into the Luathi and the Adan Shumar peoples. And again, all the chapters are nicely professed by this colour artwork, and again you sort of get the feel, the sort of Bronze Age feel of the artwork and the style. It introduces the particular people, asks the question, what is and Adan Shumar. There's a campaign, Fall of the Children of Bronze, and this is sort of set afterwards. It's asked the question, what if my campaign ended differently to what's sort of like the plot behind the Fall of the Children of Bronze? Then we have the day in the life of Luathi. Early festivals. Typical Luathi Jackals, i.e. those who leave the Luathi culture and go off an adventure, history, and how they got involved in the Unification War, which essentially was a war which overthrew the big evil empire that occupied all of them, all of their lands. The four tribes of the Luathi, all given detail here, and the different faiths and religions followed by the Luathi. And then we have new rights or spells for certain player characters, and NPCs. Equipment, typical equipment, and more added to the fate talent. along with tribal virtues and seasonal actions, things that they can do in between the seasons when they adventure. And then we go on to the Gerwa and the lands of the south. Gerwa, servants of the living god kings, their castes. A day in the life of a Gerwa, holy festivals. Essentially, you're following the same format as the Luathi, but adding background essentially so that, you know, as a player character, you can involve yourself in those affairs. It can be brought to life by the game master, whether you're visiting the lands of the Gerwa, you know, as someone from outside or returning home. Gerwan history. And what's we got? Their magics, the Hekaz. Essentially, and the rights that the Hekaz use. So on, equipment or particular equipment or items of note, like Warbanner of the Kiani, Sceptre of the Ruling Caste, Ikem's Shield, Mace Axe of the River, again with a nice illustration of that, Caste Virtues, temporary traits and new advancements in there as well. Book 3 is of the Triage and the Eastern Sands. So we have a horse archer, and again, Triage, Descendants of the Giants, Survivors of the Bronze Desert, general background, building of what's all in the core rulebook, day in the life, clan structure, holy festivals. Typical Triage, Jackals, history, again with a nice bit of action piece there. And then we have their rights. Their rights and the magical practices they follow. Again, more discussion of that. Their equipment, like the Bow of Seven Fountains, the Whip, so on. Clan virtues. Then we have the Melkoni and colonies. Again, nice piece of artwork prefacing each section. So colonies from the west and inheritance of philosophy, a day in the life of Melkoni, their holy festivals. What the Melkoni are like in the Zarets, typical Melkoni Jackals, Melkoni history, and more on the colonies, because they're outsiders, the Melkoni Pantheon, hero cults. So each of the four sort of cultures are all very different. I mean, it really does go. Jackals does go out of its way to make each of the four cultures very different in what you know in terms of background and what paths the player characters can follow. Typical equipment. New fate talent, Rise of Lycos, and city virtues. Like Western refugee, Melkoni colonist, and so on. Appendix, we have phases of the moon, new patrons, new creatures, and a glossary. That all helps. So yeah, that is Travellers on the War Road, the latest supplement for Jackals Bronze Age Fantasy Roleplaying from Osprey Games. Looking forward to reading up on that, because I've really enjoyed both of the previous Jackals books, the core rule book, and then Fall of the Children of Bronze, which is the campaign. They've been really nice little books themselves. So I'll have a review of that in the near future. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing the Nook. If you click on the like button down below, if you liked it, and if you've got any comments or feedback, appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book or game which I will unbox and touch about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit that subscribe button down below. In the meantime, thanks for watching another unboxing the Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.